Hello, everyone. Just want to share a quick reflection on the energies leading up to the full moon next week. I'll share my screen here. We have the full moon happening in Leo opposite the sun in Aquarius with a whole stellium of Aquarius planets. The sun joins Jupiter, and what's really significant is Mars basically squares all of this. In fact, Mars is in a very tight square, and Mars is basically at the exact degree and almost the exact minute that Uranus was at last August when Uranus went retrograde. And Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and it's also approaching to return to that degree while it's preparing for its upcoming square with Saturn. So yeah, this is a lot. There's a lot going on here, and it would be wrong to not mention the Venus-Pluto conjunction as well. This is definitely a transformative and catalyzing kind of full moon, and the energetics leading up to this full moon as well. So a couple simple points that arise here. Remembering that Mars is always the leading edge of our evolutionary growth. It's where the stimulation is, where we are making choices and making decisions that will open up the field for the next life experience and teach us. It furthers our own growth and our own movement in life. Here, the need is stability, to feel grounded, to feel full with this sense of I am in control of my body, my life, my choices. I'm living a life that reflects my values. But with respect to the strong Aquarian energy, there's a need to acknowledge that there's a certain level of insecurity that comes with this right now. Most of us don't like to feel insecure. Most of us don't like to not know what's actually going to happen or where it's going. But that's what's called upon here. The temptation, and this is a general theme this time, this year in general, is to be living out a lot of trauma. There can just be this collective vibe of distrust and paranoia. This can manifest in any area of our life, our relationships, our experience of being a human in culture and society. And with Jupiter so prominent, especially right now, it can blow things up. It can exaggerate. Jupiter is always going to exaggerate whatever it is we're holding on the inside. And we can blow up a reality, a perception of there being something horrible going on here, some sort of irreconcilable, paranoid, I don't belong, I can't be myself, I can't trust, I can't open up. All the ways in which we might close our hearts to protect ourselves from the current of life and the generosity and the friendliness that is life, because we have these fixed beliefs about what is happening. It's not rational. It's not real. It's not what's happening. It resonates with the past, and even the past never happened. The past, our story of it was never what it was. So it resonates with what we are holding on to from whatever's unresolved. And these unresolved energetics become ingrained as beliefs and assumptions about reality. And we take that into every playing field of our life. So this could be very volatile. There can be a lot of fear right now in general, insecurity and uncertainty. And it's kind of like the energy of moments of like, I'm gonna do this. And then moments of, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I'm gonna do this. It's like the reactive mind can be blind to its subjectivity. So the invitation with this configuration, one perspective is to relax. To remember that right now is not the past, and that even the past wasn't what we thought it was. Nothing is what we think it is. And there's a greater intelligence that's actually unfolding. The Aquarian teaching is always friendliness, the principle of togetherness, the principle of universal resonance and harmony. It's so not what we're comfortable with usually, because the truth of this universal resonance and universal harmony, it doesn't fit into boxes, right? And especially with Saturn involved, the general evolutionary arc of this year is getting out of those boxes. and being able to really question our tightly held beliefs and assumptions about who we are and how we're living and how it has to be, which for the most part comes from repressed trauma or suppressed trauma, right? Just energetics within us that haven't been fully met with honesty yet. When we can see our condition, when we can see our mind with honesty, meaning we're just being truthful about, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm experiencing, this is the state of my being right now, we separate it from the story. When we're not honest about ourselves now, we skip, we dissociate into the story. So to be able to take a little bit of a step back, relax and settle more fully into just an openness and a curiosity for what is happening, what's the plan, what's unfolding here. There are cycles in our life where, contrary to how much control we think we want to have, what's meant to be is what's happening. The trajectory of the cosmos is following its path, and we're a part of it. Our higher intelligence is in attuning to the cosmic intelligence, the one mind and its plan, its flow. And again, with Mars in Taurus, leaving Uranus and returning to this Uranus station degree and squaring this Aquarius stellium, the challenge would be to react in whatever way that will bring us back to a state of familiarity and security, because I'm comfortable here. It's like, well, all this is going on, I'm going to do whatever I need to do to, in a sense, like resort back to where I know I'm safe and self-reliant and comfortable, where I can be in a state of protection. What we're wanting to learn now, what life wishes to offer and teach us, is the degree of our resiliency, the degree of our true self-sufficiency, our true self-reliance, our true stability, not in some idea of separation and fear and disconnect, but in the truth of what it is. Like the truth of self-reliance, the truth of self-sufficiency is relationship, because you don't create seeds, you don't create trees, you don't create gardens. It's all working with what is. So in being in relationship to the things of life, to the people and the things and the communities and the resources that are happening, that are here, that are available in our life, we'll find that it's all where it's meant to be. And they're all here for us to use and to work with in a way that's really enlivening and valuable and useful for ourselves and for life and for others. We get to use and work with the material of life. But when we're clear-minded, when we're not clear-minded, we can't use it. It's like we'll see opposition and miss out on the opportunities and the gifts and what's really life-enhancing otherwise. Okay, so those are a couple of thoughts, and much love and relaxation and peace for all of us along this journey.